We're going to consider a few situations here. The first situation we're going to consider is 5 newtons pulling this way and 5 newtons pulling that way. How do I achieve that? I've got a 500 gram mass down here, and I've got a 500 gram mass over there. So the first situation we can think of is 5 newtons pulling in each direction with the cart at rest. The forces are balanced, the velocity is 0. What if the cart were already moving? So I'm going to give it a push. Don't worry about the push. Worry about after I release it and think about what's going on there. You will still have 5 newtons pulling to the right and 5 newtons pulling to the left. However, watch what happens to the motion. Now, it may not have been perfectly obvious to you, but to me it was fairly obvious that that was moving at a very constant rate. It might have been slowing just a tiny bit because of friction, but in general it's a very constant rate. Now we'll consider another situation. Now we'll have 6 newtons pulling this way and 5 newtons pulling that way. To achieve this, I'm just going to add 100 grams to this side. And let's observe what's going to go on in this situation. So we could see in that case that the cart accelerated. And our net force, if we think about the idea of net force, we had 1 extra newton pulling to the left. Now let's consider the situation where I have just 1 newton pulling to the left instead of 1 extra newton. I'm going to put the masses on top of the cart to keep the mass of the system constant, otherwise it's not a fair test. And I'm going to release it. Now we're going to do this in just a moment. And I want to stand out of your way so you can see. So watch what happens and consider what the acceleration is. Compare it to the previous acceleration, roughly. So we can see that the acceleration was pretty much the same acceleration with a force of just 1 newton pulling to the left this time.